Hi everyone! Today we're going to talk about my top 5 bags that I recommend packing for vacation. So I'm Jo, otherwise known as the Little Bean on Instagram, TikTok, and now here on YouTube. I started this channel to provide more in-depth reviews on my bags, as well as share more of my collection to include some of these items here. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. So today I'll cover a quick review of the features of each of these bags. I'll share what fits, and then I'll go over some pros and cons for each in terms of using them for travel. So a quick note, obviously this is not a video about my actual travel bags that you would bring as a check-in or a carry-on. This is more for purses that I might use while I'm on vacation. Also, if you're interested in any of these bags, I'll be sure to include links to them in my caption below. So the first bag we'll talk about is a more recent addition to my travel collection, and this is the Louis Vuitton Gange. This is a vintage piece that I found online. So a quick review of the features of this bag. It is meant to be worn in a bum bag style, so it has an adjustable cloth strap, which is quite comfortable. This piece here does rotate, and I think that does allow you to wear it either on your left side or on your right side. It fits a cell phone so easily right in there, which is a huge draw as to why I ended up purchasing this piece. The interior is quite spacious, and I love the fact that there are 2 zippers, and they are pretty smooth overall. Now there is some vachetta on this bag. Mine has already patinaed, and you can kind of see the sheen on it. So overall, I wouldn't have any qualms about wearing this in the rain. Okay, so let's talk about what fits. One of my favorite features, of course, is the fact that your phone can fit really comfortably in this front pocket. In this one, I was able to carry a little bit more, so I could carry a selfie stick. So a more recent purchase that I love are these sunglasses. How cool are these? They were from Amazon. They're super cheap. I think they're like $16, $17, but they're super cute, and I just love that they are so good for travel and sticking into my bags. I have a passport holder. This pouch, super flat, which I really like, so it's more compact than, say, the Kirigami, which is a similar size. I found this on Mercari, but it's part of a planner. I'll include the name of it here. And somebody just ended up selling this piece separately, so I snatched it up. Then you got a key pouch, my little mirror, my little catch-all, and a Chanel lippy. For the pros and cons of this bag, I love that it is a bum bag style, but it has a very flat silhouette, and it fits, as I showed, everything that I could need, even to include a selfie stick. And again, the major selling point to me is just the fact that my cell phone can slip in and out here. And then in terms of the price, because this is a vintage piece, I feel like it's pretty common. I've seen a good number of them online, and you can find this anywhere from, I would say, maybe $400 to $800, and find some pretty good options. So for me, given the size of this piece and how functional it is, I think that is a pro. In terms of cons, when you do fill this piece to the brim, and let's say you have a lot on the interior, it does make the front pocket tight. Then I feel like your phone isn't actually going to be able to fit in here, so that's something to consider. Now, me personally, as you know, I travel pretty light when it comes to what I put in my bags, so my phone does fit with no issues. Something I wish this bag had, though, would be like a back pocket or a back zipper here. Other than that, I would just say, you know, the only other draw is that it is a discontinued piece. So overall, I'm really excited to have this piece in my collection. I'm not normally a bum bag gal. I would say that when I do travel, it's something that comes to mind because it's such a functional piece. So for those of you who've followed me on my social media platforms, you'll know that this piece was going to come up. This is my Palace clutch, and it is hands down one of my favorite bags in my collection. It is my go-to bag for travel. And oftentimes, it's one of the only bags that I bring with me because I can wear it in so many different ways that if I'm really having to pack light or I don't want to bring a lot of items, this is the only bag I'll bring with me. Just a quick review of the features of this bag. It has this pleated way that it's folded on the sides, which allows it to expand a considerable amount. It also has a pocket in the front, and in the interior, it's hard to see here, but there is a large pocket right here. This is also one of the smoothest zippers I have in my collection. And then there is this beautiful chain. It feels substantial without feeling too heavy. And it's a length that I can use as a shoulder bag as well. So for what fits in the Palace clutch, again, I love that the front pocket can fit my phone. And then everything fits in this bag here. There is extra room, but I couldn't fit the selfie stick in. Technically, it fit. It could squish at the bottom of this bag, but I wouldn't want to stretch it, and it would be really hard to get in and out. But overall, this does carry a good amount. So something else I want to highlight real quick, just using this bag as an example. When I go on vacation, especially overseas, for example, I went to Italy this past fall, and something I was concerned about was pickpocketing. And, you know, I am wearing a luxury bag, and that may increase interest from pickpocketers and so on. And so something that I did when I was on that trip is I used an O-ring, and I just put it through this zipper right here, and then I connected it to this little piece right here. And so that way you couldn't open my bag, which really made me feel a lot safer. Is it 100% foolproof? Not necessarily, but I feel like it's going to be a much harder task for someone to steal something from me in that sense. So in terms of the pros and cons, this is a theme with all of the bags that I'll be showing today, the versatility. So I can use this for a date night if I wanted to. And then I also have the strap that it came with, which is this brown leather strap. It's very soft, very comfortable, but I will say there are times when I want my bag to have all black, so it's fully coordinated and it's very easy to switch out the strap. So again, it allows me to wear it with virtually any outfit. The other major pro I love is the fact that my phone can fit in this front pocket. Now, it does take a little bit of work to get it in and out, which I actually consider a pro because from a pickpocketing standpoint, it's not something that's going to fall out of my bag if I tip it over. It's not something that's very easy just to slip out. In terms of cons, I personally don't feel like I have many cons for this bag. It is one of the top bags in my entire collection. I think the only major concern I will have over time is the wear and tear in the corners of this bag. Because there are folds here, I know down the line, given I use this bag so much, that there will be a chance that the canvas coating will fade or even potentially start to peel. So you can kind of see here that I think the paint from one of these little flowers here is starting to wear off. And that just comes with time. It comes because, again, I use this bag a lot. I do take care of my items, but I think that's an inevitable thing given the way the bag is designed. But I like this piece so much that I'm confident to say if down the road it does get to a point that it looks pretty beat up, I'm going to buy another one. I will invest the money in it because this hands down is one of my favorite styles. So I feel like you can't have a video about best travel bags without having a Longchamp bag included in the mix. And so in this case, since we're talking about mini bags, the Longchamp, this is, I think it's just called the mini pouch, is definitely one that I like to take with me when I travel. I actually took this with me to Italy on my trip this past fall. I actually took this to Italy with me on my trip this past fall, and I loved using it. It's such a versatile piece. It's really easy to squish up and travel with, and it's just overall really cute too. So quick review of the features of this bag. It has this leather tab, as all classic Longchamp bags do, and then it's just really an open interior on the inside. So I actually just was gifted this insert from Degaz. I'll include a link to this in my caption below. So I really like this though, because as you can see, this is a very shapeless bag. And so this insert adds structure and also has all these nice little pockets. And the insert itself is very thin and very light, so it's not going to add a lot of weight to the bag. And it just squeezes right in there. I purposely got the lighter color on the interior so it's easy to find things in the bag as well. This isn't sponsored, it was gifted, but I just wanted to call it out because I really do feel like it does add a lot to the benefit of this piece. Another game changer for this bag is this conversion set. I received mine from Amir Luxury Collections. I will link it down below. But this little set is the only reason why this bag is in my top travel bag collection. It has this little hook that attaches into the groove here like this. And what this does is allows you to wear this as a crossbody strap. So the conversion kit does come with the strap that matches really well with the original Longchamp bag. And I love this because these hooks that are in here allow so that there's no shifting of these little D-rings. And you can wear this now as a crossbody. So in terms of what fits, everything fit that I showed. I did take my passport outside of the passport holder, but it does slip very nicely behind the insert, kind of out of sight. There is extra room in here, so I could add an extra lippy or even add, you know, a really small extra hand sanitizer. So overall, it really does carry a lot for the size of this pouch. And I think it is a great option for travel. So in terms of pros and cons, for the pros, I would say this is a really great fuss-free option. It's nylon, it's got this treated leather here, so there aren't any worries of vachetta or, you know, destroying this piece in that sense. It is very compact, like you can fold it up pretty well. Even the insert is pretty foldable, so it's easy to pack into any bag. For me, I like small bags that can fit a lot, and as I showed you, this one does carry everything that I need and still has a little bit of room. And also the price. I believe this one, I think, is $115 right now, or it's somewhere around that price range. So out of all the options that I showed today, it is the most affordable. One other pro I would say, I think, is from like a potential pickpocketing standpoint. I can't speak from authority because I'm not a pickpocketer, but I think having this extra flap here just adds an extra level of at least peace of mind on my end that, you know, it is a little harder to get to my items. The major con, I think, of this bag is going to be the wear and tear. Now, I've used this a bunch and so far so good, but I think Longchamp bags in general, one of the areas that they really start to wear down are these corners where they're folded, and that does, you know, cause some major impact to the bag overall. The only other con I can think about, and this is only if you choose to try and pursue this pre-loved is that this bag has a lot of fakes out there, which I personally don't support. I don't condone, but it is a drawback in the sense that, you know, if there's a discontinued color and you really want to find one, it's harder to tell whether or not you're getting a real item unless you're buying it from, you know, Longchamp itself, or, you know, from an authorized seller such as a department store. So if you're going to buy this, I actually would not recommend buying this off pre-loved unless you really know the seller well. This is something that I think I wouldn't trust myself to be able to tell whether it's a real one or not. So overall, again, this is the most affordable piece that I'm sharing today. It is, I feel like, very popular now just because it's such a functional piece. I like that I can wear this with many outfits, but overall it comes in a lot of different colors. And so if black's not your thing, there's bound to be a color out there that you'll like. So I definitely recommend looking for these. I'll share a link to some of the ones that I found online below. Another great travel option is this Kirigami pouch. Now this is the large pouch, obviously, and it does come with the medium size and a small one as well. Today I'm just going to focus on this large one, but honestly, if I was traveling, these are another two great options to bring as well. In terms of features, there isn't really too much that goes into this piece. It's simply a large open pouch. And that is actually one of its benefits, in my opinion, is that you can use this for so many things. I've seen people carry their tablet in here. I've seen people use this as a clutch for a dinner or an event. I actually prefer to use it with an insert. So here's the insert that I have. I will preface, because I know I'm going to get a lot of questions on this. I bought this insert on Etsy years ago. It's looking a little ratty at this point, but I'm not going to link to the one that I had. I don't even know if it's still sold, but I made a lot of changes to the one that I purchased because I didn't end up liking it. So for example, the one that I had had the material go all the way across the top, and I ended up realizing I didn't like that. I like to have the V so that you can't see the insert in the front when you open it. Another thing that I changed was I added these leather tabs because I found that the metal ones were going to damage the sides of the bag right here. So just, you know, not a warning, but just something to consider if you are buying a insert for the Kirigami. I would recommend getting one that has either fabric or leather or some sort of soft tabs that stick out from the sides and not the metal ones, because I do think the metal ones could have the potential to damage this really delicate lining right here. So here's an example of what it looks like with the chain on the little loops that I put in for the bag insert. I love this chain. I got it off Amazon, so I will link it for you. It's quite substantial without being too heavy, and I just love the look that it pairs well with monogram. I've used this a lot on my pochette Matisse as well, and I think it looks really great. So I would say this is one of the most common looks I use with this Kirigami pouch if I'm going to convert it into a bag. But I could also change it out with a crossbody strap. So here it is with the brown strap from my Palace clutch. So it adds a much more casual feel to it. But again, it's another way that you can use this bag, and all I had to do was change out the strap to totally change the look. So in terms of what fits in the Kirigami, everything does fit in this bag. I did have to remove the passport out of the passport holder. But again, I had no issues fitting everything else. And the tabs are still able to stick out so I can add straps. So for pros and cons, This piece I think is great because it is super flat, very compact. Again, there's no vachetta, there's nothing on here. So in any weather or climate I'd be traveling to, I don't have to worry. Another major pro is the price. I mean, you guys, don't sleep on this. This plus the medium and the small one, because it comes in a set of 3, is $745. Now, to put that in perspective, the mini pochette is being sold for the same price. The tiny single mini pochette, whereas for that same price, you can get this large kirigami that can be used as a catch-all, as a clutch, as a shoulder bag, as a crossbody bag. You'll get the medium pouch, which again, you can use that one as a mini bag. You can use that one as a wristlet, as a catch-all. And then the mini kirigami, which holds credit cards and can also hold mini makeup. That set for $745 to me, I think is one of the best valued items or the best bang for your buck that you can get at Louis Vuitton right now. So that in itself, I think makes it worth it. In terms of cons, I would say the fact that you have to put an insert in and that it doesn't already come with D-rings. I could see people finding this to be a little tedious or hard to find the exact insert that might be what they're looking for. And honestly, this isn't the most aesthetic thing, right? It's a fuzzy insert versus having a bag that is meant to be a bag. I know people will ask me as well, if I'm carrying this piece and I open it, is everything going to fall out? When I have everything inside, the insert doesn't really slide around. But again, that's a con in the sense that it's something you have to think about, right? So that is something to keep in mind. But again, it's $745 for 3 pieces, which I know is a lot of money in today's economy and everything. But if we're just talking strictly comparing to other pieces currently sold by luxury brands and luxury houses, I still think this value makes it worth some of these, minor cons. The only other thing I will note as a con is just that the sides here are delicate. And so that is something to keep in mind. Same with the interior, I was going to suggest that you could really carry your makeup in here, but I wouldn't recommend it because this is a leather interior. So, it's not wipeable. And so that is another benefit of having an insert is, so you don't get the interior dirty. So that's something to keep in mind. But overall, I don't need to say any more on the fact that I love this piece. I've had it in my collection for a while, and I feel like it really does resurface when I get ready to go on trips. That's when I pop this out the most because it is such a versatile piece. So the last bag that I would recommend as a great travel option is this mini Ophidia bag. So some features of the bag: it's a very flat style. It's very easy to pack. The material is the canvas and a treated leather, so you don't have to worry about any weather situations or scratching it when you're packing the bag. On the interior, there is a spot for cards, so if you are packing very light, you could stick those in there and then carry some other odds and ends. And there are so many versatile ways to wear this bag. So you can obviously wear it as a shoulder bag or wear it on the crook of your elbow. You can wear it as a wristlet. You could wear it as a literal clutch. And then my favorite way to wear it is with an extra chain to wear it as a crossbody bag. You can also pair it with a Gucci webbing strap to add a little color to it. So there are a lot of great ways to style this piece, which again, when I'm going on vacation, I want to bring very few items that I can mix and match to get the most out of the clothes and the wardrobe that I'm bringing. So this is a great option for that. So in here, I can still fit my passport, my phone, card case, the little catch-all, and then I ended up adding a lippy and a little mini perfume. So still a good amount. But again, I'm not carrying my selfie stick or some other crazy things. This is just for one of those date nights on the town. So in terms of pros and cons, For the pros of this bag, I would say that I just love that it is very fuss-free. It's this canvas material, it's this coated leather, it is very flat, so it's easy to pack in bags for travel. And I also, again, think it's an extremely versatile piece. Again, this has been a theme throughout this entire video, right? I just think that that really does make it worth bringing with you on travel to get the most bang for your buck in terms of usage of the pieces that you bring with you. In terms of the cons, I think one that people will mention is the size. So it is a very small bag, so it's not going to carry a lot. So as long as you're aware of that, I wouldn't consider it a con, but if you need something that is just a little larger, this definitely is a tight squeeze. It is a little hard to get my phone in and out if I have a lot of stuff in it. So again, though, if I'm taking it out in the evening and I'm going to be wanting to focus on, you know, the people around me or, you know, the actual experience, and I'm not going to have my phone out with me, then this is a great option. I can tuck it in there. I'm not going to have to carry my phone, but it is a little tricky at times to pull it out. Another thing I will note as a potential con is the zipper is really, it's not too bad overall, but it does tend, I don't know if it's just mine or if it's all of them, get stuck a little right here when you're first zipping it. It's not a huge deal, but I just kind of wish it was a little smoother. You can kind of hear it there. And finally, this tab, I appreciate that there is a tab so that the bag can open fully, but sometimes it does get a little annoying here, especially if I do carry it this way. Sometimes I am, you know, making an effort to tuck the tag down if I'm carrying it as a crossbody or if I have this here. Overall, I love this piece. There's just a lot of ways you can use this, which is why I would recommend to bring it on travel. All right, so that wraps up my top 5 luxury bags that I would recommend for travel or vacation. I would love to know what your thoughts are. Do you have any of these pieces? Do you have any favorites out of the ones that I shared today? Or what are some of your favorite bags that you carry with you on vacation? Please share in the comments below. As always, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. I'd love to have you as a part of this community. Also, if you have any other ideas that you'd like to see as a video, please comment those below as well. I'll include 2 other videos here in case you'd like to see more of my content. Otherwise, bye for now.